This week's episode is sponsored by Helio Gas Detection and Rising Suns, the award-winning brewery in Cork. Hey everyone, this is Letty for the Metal Cell podcast. I'm joined here by James and Elliot from Rough Justice. How are you guys doing?
Yeah,
Pretty good, thank you.
Very
all
good.
good.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, no problem. I'm very happy to sit down with you guys and ask a few questions. So for our listeners who may have not heard of you guys before, could you introduce yourselves and your role in the band?
Sure, yeah, I'm James. I do vocals. That is it. That is all I do.
Pretty impressive vocals at that.
Oh, well, thank you. There's no skill involved in it at all, but thanks.
Hello, I'm Gideon. Oh, sorry, I'm Elliot. My name's Elliot, and I play guitar.
Awesome. So how would you guys describe your sound?
We're a hardcore band of the metallic variety, I'd say.
Yeah, I think we've definitely got sort of quite a heavy metal sound, but also roots in hardcore.
We're not a heavy metal band, though. We're a hardcore band.
We sound like Judas Priest.
We don't sound like Judas Priest. We're a metallic hardcore band from the city of Sheffield.
From the city of Sheffield. That is what we are.
Yes.
Very good. You guys are very heavy and melodic, so I really like that sort of stuff.
Oh,
thank you.
Appreciate that.
So how did the band start?
The band started with myself and Ed, who is the other guitarist. We played in another band together, me, Ed, and Elliot. I played drums, and those two played guitar. And then that band kind of fizzled out, and me and Ed wanted to just carry on writing music together, really. Elliot started playing in another band, and we wanted to try and write some more heavy stuff that was like what we were into at the time. It was sort of like 2011, Rough Justice started, really. So it was kind of the time when we were all really getting into hardcore music properly and kind of, finding loads of new bands all the time. So just super inspired by all the big hardcore bands we listened to at the time, like Terror, and big fans of like Dead Empath and Bad Seed, loads of stuff. But yeah, that's how it started.
Nice. Because the hardcore scene, although it's like kind of small, it's growing very rapidly, and it's always kind of been there. So it's great to see like more new bands joining it.
Absolutely, yeah. There's loads of good ones at the minute. Yeah, Scotland in particular has got loads of good bands at the minute. So yeah, it's all around the UK. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a pretty big scene growing here in Dublin. We've got Goon and Bitter Pill and all that really representing.
Sawn Off as well, I believe. That was another one I saw the other day.
Yes.
I think they're Irish. But yeah, we saw our era of like hardcore getting to it was when Frustration and Bang Bros as well. Two other Irish hardcore bands. We were big fans of them. So yeah.
You guys should come over with Malevolence and play. That'd be a sick
Absolutely
one.
love to, man. Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure one day we will.
Yeah.
The Grand Social's built for you, like.
Oh really? Where's that? Is that Dublin?
Yeah, it's Dublin. It's a pretty central venue, and they've hosted like hardcore shows before, and they've got actually a hardcore kind of one-day festival thing going on in January as well. So.
Oh, sick.
Oh, very cool.
Amazing. Glad to hear it.
Yeah, that's what we like to hear.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely keep your eye on it. So the release of your debut album, Faith in Vain, is just around the corner. How was the recording process for it? And was it a lot different from recording your Hell is Over People EP?
Yeah, it was. I think this time it felt a lot easier, to be honest. And it was quite different to when we recorded Hell is Over People as well. I think that this time we took a lot more of a sort of more laid back, organic approach as to, it just felt way more laid back and organic how we did it this time. And I think that it definitely shows in how it sounds as well.
Yeah, we were able to like demo songs for the first time for this record as well, which is something we've not done before. We've always been a sort of practice room band, getting all the songs sort of created all in space together, whereas this time we could all go away and have something to listen to and then come back together with sort of new ideas for it as well, which like Earl said worked better, and it was a lot more relaxed and kind of all being in a room together and just kind of like trying to make things fit. So yeah, it was really nice.
Nice. And did you guys record in a studio, or do you have like your little own home studio set up at home?
We recorded the drums with a recording studio called Treehouse with Jim Pinder. And then we recorded all the guitars actually at Malevolence's unit in their little studio that they've got.
Nice.
And then sent all those over to Jim, who kind of brought it all together. So he played a huge part in it. But also Josh recorded all the guitars, recorded everyone playing, and recorded me doing vocals at the Malevolence unit as well. So that made it a lot easier as well, having somewhere quite close to us in Sheffield where we could go and record. So yeah, a mix of both for this one.
Always makes it more convenient when it's closer as well.
Oh God, yeah. It's hard
Oh,
enough getting all of us together in one place anyway. Never mind if it was a different city. So
Yeah, that made it 10 times easier for sure.
yeah.
So my favorite single off the album is Backwards Mask. Is there a story behind that particular song or?
I think it's the first one that we had. What did you say, Earl?
So James, that one lyrically, I think.
Oh no, it's an Ed song that one. So me and Ed, no, you're all right. Me and Ed, the other guitarist, wrote the lyrics for that one for the Rough Justice song. Sorry, but that's an Ed one. But yeah, it was the first song we had written for the record, and we'd been playing it live for probably 2 years, maybe at this point.
Yeah, so the guilt trip thing, didn't we?
Yeah, that was April
With Malevolent.
2021, and we'd even played it maybe the year before as well. So yeah, we've been playing it for a little bit live, so it made sense for it to be the first single, because it's just a very straight up, angry, pissed off, hardcore song, and I feel like it kind of gives anyone that's not heard Rough Justice before a good idea of what we're about, I think. So
Yeah.
it made sense to be the first single for sure. Yeah.
It's
it's
like,
like
oh, you go.
I was just gonna say it's like, yeah, like James said, it's like short and snappy, straight to the point, no real bullshit there, it is what it is.
It's a good introduction to you guys for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I'm glad you think so. Yeah, that was what we were hoping for. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I heard it maybe a couple of weeks ago when I was trying to get this interview organized, and I was just like immediately hooked. Like it was amazing.
Oh,
Sick.
that's very kind of you. Thank you.
I'm glad you dig it.
Oh, I'll be digging the album when it comes out.
Appreciate that.
So James, your style of vocals is quite raw, How'd you keep your voice in check?
uh, uh, and I wasn't joking when I said earlier there's no skill involved in it. Literally, when the band started, it was just me and Ed, and I played drums on our first ever demo, and Ed played guitar and bass. And then when it came to do vocals, we were kind of just like, I'll just have a go. And it sounded all right. And that was how I became the vocalist. And it's kind of, I don't know. I think we've been talking a lot about this tour we've got coming up in February, and it's the most gigs we've ever played consecutively. So I am a little bit worried about how I'm going to fare up, in terms of my voice and my general, body and wear and tear and that kind of stuff. But honestly, that I just shout and exert myself, and that's what comes out. In all honesty, there's not much skill to it, but I think, like I said, we've been able to demo songs and stuff and have things to listen to while I'm thinking about where to put vocals and stuff. It does help me kind of like at least plan a little bit where I'm going to put stress or where the cadence is going to be in certain things. So I've been able to do that a little bit more, but yeah, not much skill involved at all, to be honest. I'm going to have to do a lot of warming up for this tour, that's for sure.
You just don't end up in a Slipknot situation where Corey Taylor, I think for the first tour they did, he just couldn't talk when he was off stage. They literally had to put him on vocal rest.
Yeah, I don't want to be doing that, to be honest. Yeah. They have to tape my mouth shut. Yeah.
Lots of tea and honey.
Yes, yeah, definitely, for sure.
Yeah, go.
Sleep.
No, you won't do that.
So Rough Justice is a pretty interesting name. How did you come up with the name for it?
There's no real meaning behind the name itself, but it's quite a funny story about how we were. So, like I said before, it was just me and Ed that started the band, and we had 2 songs written when we started, and one was a song called Boa Constrictor, which is the first song that was ever a Rough Justice song, and it's actually on the new record. So we re-recorded the soul song, and it's on the new record. And the other song was it was going to be called Guilt Trip, because that's what we were going to be called. and that is
Oh,
a genuine story. We were genuinely going to be called Guilt Trip, which is just a crazy coincidence. So, but we went with Rough Justice, and obviously we're good friends with Guilt Trip, the guys in the band and stuff. You know, on the same label, toured with them and stuff. And we took, I think Ed told them this like the first tour we did with them, and Jack, the guitarist, was just like, "Well, what was wrong with Guilt Trip then?" But yeah, you know, he was only joking. But yeah, we just went with Rough Justice instead. It just sounded quite hard, so that's why we did it. Yeah.
I will say although it's blurred out on your website, the Stella logo for the band goes pretty hard.
Thanks
Yeah,
very much.
we love that one.
Yeah,
I'll
I
have
think
to order myself one.
I think
Yeah.
Wilkie got told. I think we got told off for making that. That's why it's a bit blurred out.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're
Um,
sort of angry letter or something. But
Yeah.
I'll rep it.
yeah, of course, you have to.
Thank you.
If you could collaborate with any musician, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh, great question.
Great question. Oh, fuck.
So people, I want to collab with someone that's not in heavy music. I want to be with
Yeah, I wouldn't be heavy either.
like fucking Robert Smith or something like that.
Or would it be for a Rough Justice song? Does it have to be for a Rough Justice song?
No, it can be anyone, your personal
Yeah,
idols or anything like.
I think if it was a Rough Justice song, I'd want Chino Marino, Deftones vocalist, on a track. He's probably one of my favorite frontmen, so I'd probably say get Chino on a Rough Justice track. But
Fuck.
who would you collab with, El?
I'm panicking.
Michael Bolton.
Yeah, probably either Michael Bolton. Nah, Michael Bolton.
Sir Cliff.
Cliff Richard. Fuck, man, I don't know. Like, obviously, Dimebag's up there, isn't he?
100%.
I don't know. Yeah, it depends if it was like a Rough Justice song or if it was just like you say, you know, like just making other music like Robert Smith or something like that, or like someone from a band like Hammock, which is like something that I really like, which is like really instrumental music, just like really drawn out reverb guitars.
So you go for more like a shoegazy kind of side project.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah.
Oh, we're all massively into that. Like one of
Yeah.
mine and Elle's favorite bands is Mogwai. Like we love all the ambient post rock kind of stuff. Yeah, we're a band with a very eclectic tastes, I think.
Yeah, we love Slow Dive and all bands like that and stuff, the whole low-core thing and slowcore and everything else in between.
Nice. What do you think of Crosses actually, James? Chino's side project. What did you think of the new album?
I've never listened to them, honestly.
Oh, have
I
you
haven't.
not?
No. A big Deftones guy, but I've not listened to those. No. No. Is it Team Sleep? Is that one of his other? I've listened to them maybe.
Team Sleep, yeah, that's his other one.
I've listened to them, but not. Is it Crosses? Did you say?
Yeah, Crosses. He's recently brought it back from the dead, so
Sick. Is it heavy?
it's very electronic, but
Okay.
if you like Chino's vocals, like
Oh yeah,
that's the project for you.
Nice. Cool.
That was cool.
Yeah, what would your favorite Deftones album be, just out of curiosity?
I'm a Diamond Eyes guy. I think it's got good, huge mix of songs, like some real heavy shit, but then also some quite weird ones on there as well, and like Sex Tape being the real sort of like big shoegazy type one as well. And yeah, it's a good one.
Oh, Sex Tape is amazing.
Yeah, and one of the best album openers, I think. Diamond Eyes, the title track is insane. That was one of my favorite songs.
100%. My probably favorite albums would be Saturday Night Wrist and Koino Yokan. They're probably tied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rosemary is one of the best songs. Yeah, we love that one. We always had it on the band and stuff.
Swerve City is like one of the best openers to any album.
For sure.
I think.
Yeah.
Swerve City is just accomplishes so much, even though it's so simple.
Yeah, you can do that over and over again. It's no problem.
Yeah, you bang on. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have any favorite album releases of 2023 or any that you're looking forward to next year?
Ooh. I don't. Do you know the band Military Gun?
No.
You heard of that? No. So they're. I think they're from LA. I think they're from all over, but kind of like based in LA. And they released an album this year called Life Under the Gun, and it is one of my favorite albums I've probably ever heard. Never mind this year. It's really good, sort of catchy, melodic punk, really, but it's got a big sort of like classic rock vibe, and it sounds quite English as well, even though they're an American band. I went to go see them in Leeds last week, and it was a crazy show, really, really good. And I think it's going to be one of those albums that's going to be like quite, highly regarded and spoken about for a while. So I think that's a good one. If you've not heard Military Gun, I'd recommend going to listen to them.
I'll check it out.
Mm.
Any
Earl?
favorite?
I think that I find it difficult to recall off the off the top of my head, but I an album that I found myself going back to quite a lot was the new Pain's Truth record.
That was a shit.
Yeah. That blew my mind a little bit, to be honest, and I just think it just speaks for itself and does what it says on the tin. It's just really, really heavy, good hardcore, and it's got a good feel and good groove to it all, and that's real cool. I really like the Balance and Composure tracks that they released as well. I think that was this year. I think they only released 2, maybe, but
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I did. It would have been nice if they did more, but that was really cool. But I'm sure there'll be loads. It's just hard to recall, like straight off the bat.
Yeah, I was compiling some of my favorite albums of this year, and I was like, "This came out this year."
Yeah, that's the thing. And then I could say something that I thought came out this year, but it came out 5 fucking years ago. I've got no idea.
Yeah, no, there's been so much good music, and 2024 is looking to be some great ones as well. Like you've got your album coming out, Green Day's album's coming out as well.
Yeah, there's a band from Essex called Split Knuckle, and I think their album is coming out very close to ours as well. So make sure to check that out. That's called Breathing Through the Wound, and they're an incredibly technical, insane, like hardcore metal beatdown band. Very sort of like regional sound as well.
Yeah, we all love
going.
Right.
Yeah, they're really, really cool. So yeah, Split Knuckle.
Sick. I'll check them out for sure. And here's our last question. Do you guys have any advice for anyone wanting to start a band in 2023/2024?
Do it.
Just do it.
Yeah, go for it. Don't think too much about it.
Yeah.
Do what feels right. Do it with people that you care about being around.
Yeah,
I think if you really want to do it, then you'll end up doing it for a while. I think with people like that.
Yeah, and don't get too hung up on what is considered cool as well, because I think as long as you're doing something that you really, really believe in and, just enjoy yourself, do it for you, basically, And I think the people people will find you who will also like your music. Don't try and appeal to a certain person or a certain group of people. Just do it for you, and just try and get the most enjoyment out of it as you can. And yeah, just don't take for granted as well. Go to gigs in your area, try and forge connections with new people that are like-minded and stuff, and just keep trying to expand that group and just try and create new relationships.
That's some really sound advice, guys. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
No problem. And Faith in Vain is out the 12th of January.
It is. Nice one.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, no worries. Nice to meet you.
False hope, faded beliefs, the black